Welcome to the Norma Factory of Åmotfors, Sweden. In 1902, the Enger brothers were on the lookout for a place to produce ammunition. They got off the train at the small village of Åmotfors in Sweden and decided this was it. Since then, hunting and shooting have been deeply rooted in our town. Most of Norma's innovations during our 120-year history have taken place in close collaboration with legendary hunters and shooters and influential pioneers in the ammunition industry. The manufacturing principle of a cartridge has more or less stayed the same over time, but the seemingly simple product is a wonder of complexity. A Norma cartridge is essentially made up of 4 parts: the bullet, the case, gunpowder, primer, and 120 years of manufacturing experience. A bullet fired from a rifle abides under the laws of both motion and gravity. Forces such as air resistance and gyroscopic motion decide its path of trajectory. On top of that, the modern hunting bullet is designed to effectively take down a prey over a wide variety of distances and weather conditions. Norma cases have long been a household name for reloaders around the world. Through the years, Norma has come up with a design that gives great consistency in performance. The cases are made of high-quality brass, developed exclusively for Norma's purposes. The final product needs to be hard enough to withstand high pressure and heavy loads, but flexible enough to withdraw to its original form every time it is being fired. This enables many reloads, and Norma has taken pride in the fact that you can expect more reloads from a Norma case than those that are generally produced. The cup of brass begins its journey by repeatedly being heated, also called annealed, then drawn out to a tube, rounded at the bottom and uneven at the top opening. The elongated tube is trimmed at the top to reach its optimal length. The tube is then thrust against a tool that creates the space where the primer will eventually be placed, and then the head stamp is applied, which designates the Norma product and the current caliber. Today, as a global company, Norma manufactures cases all around the world for a wide variety of purposes. However, only cases where the head stamp looks like this, with Norma written in lowercase letters and no marks on the sides, that we guarantee premium quality and maximum reloadability. The case neck is formed in 1 or more steps. We make sure that each case neck is completely round and contains exactly the same measurements, case after case. An important step is to lathe the extraction groove. This groove ensures the extraction of the empty case after firing and needs to work flawlessly every time. At the same time, we also lathe the case opening once again, so it becomes smooth and completely round. This ensures that the bullet needs exactly the same force every time it leaves the case when fired. Punching the flash hole is a precision process that needs to be consistently perfect each time. Every single case is measured meticulously, ruling out any deviations. During the final stage of the case production, our state-of-the-art measurement machinery effectively removes any case that does not meet Norma's tough standards. The annealing of the neck and mouth is an important step to ensure consistent performance of the case when grabbing and releasing the projectile. For obvious reasons, this is a highly important step which involves total control of temperature in the process. At Norma, we are proud to say that we not only manufacture our own bullets, but we also invent our own designs and develop them in-house from idea to final product. Modern bullets have become more and more innovative, and old truths, such as heavy bullets hit harder, are more or less obsolete. Modern bullets today adapt to a new world of shooting, requiring flat trajectories, extreme precision, and high-impact energy. Also, the trend is moving towards more specific projectiles, with the demand to deliver a desirable result for a specific task. At the Norma Factory in Omotfors, we mainly manufacture 5 types of bullets: full metal jackets, soft points, tipped, monolithic, lead-free, match and bonded bullets. They are made from scratch and are either sold as individual components or loaded into our hunting or shooting products. Some bullets are even manufactured for other brands in the industry, which we recognize as our mark of excellence in the field. The first step in the bullet process is similar to the first steps in producing a case. A copper cup is inserted in a transfer press and drawn out to a tube shape with a solid bottom. The tube is cut to the required length and then formed with tools that we make ourselves in the factory. Here, we are able to create boat tails and all the necessary shapes for the jacket. The bonding process at Norma is unique and produces world-class bullets with unmatched weight retention at various distances, while at the same time delivering devastating shock upon impact. In our unique bonding process, the lead core and the jacket are merged through a series of classified processes, which include some advanced chemistry and heating techniques. The pure metal elements play a major role in the end result. Today, our acclaimed Oryx bullets and our new Bond Strike bullets are bonded right here in Omotfors, where we also tip our own bullets. The polymer tip that is applied speeds up expansion and improves aerodynamic capabilities. The cartridge comes together in the loading department. Every cartridge is carefully loaded for consistent performance and compliant with the international CIP standard. At the Norma Factory, the gunpowder is stored up under the roof. Safety is a priority, and one can see that due to the reinforced ceilings, tubes going down to each loading station, and the roofing materials made of thin corrugated steel. Any possible explosion would only be directed outwards and not down to the factory floor. The inlays used at Norma have a story of their own. Our developers have spent thousands of hours of hunting in the Nordic forests, and from this was born the concept of creating cartridge holders that fulfill more functions than just the obvious one. Norma's unique inlays hold the cartridges separated from each other, but enables something that not many people know of. They also work very well as tinder to make fire, even when wet, thanks to the biodegradable materials. Crack the holders apart and store the cartridges easily in your pocket, safely and quietly. And once empty, use the holders to light a warming fire during your next hunt, or save them for an emergency. One of the most important parts in the manufacturing process is the testing of our products. We continuously test all components that a cartridge is made up of, and we set our tolerances to a minimum. In the past, this was made manually with a sharp eye and quick fingers. But today, many controls are done with laser-guided technology, which speeds up testing and eliminates deviations in production. Still, we keep a lot of our manual controls in the factory because nothing can replace human experience and attention to detail. In our ballistics department, we have 3 separate 100-meter indoor shooting ranges where each and every batch gets tested. There is also a cold room to test certain series of ammunition in extreme conditions. Additionally, we have close cooperation with testing institutes for firing long-range ammunition and using radar measuring equipment in order to retrieve detailed ballistic data for our projectiles. We fire hundreds of thousands of shots and wear out hundreds of rifle barrels every year. When you choose Norma, you choose products that have been refined through knowledge, care, and dedication for over a century. Now, it's up to you. Norma, dedicated since 1902.